Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Art of Awesomeness podcast. This is the first official episode of the Art of Awesomeness podcast. I'm your host, Adrian Kaswani, accompanied today by your also host, my best friend, Christian Cato. Welcome,
Hello.
Christian.
Nice to be here.
So, Christian, we have some first order of business to get out of the way.
Yes.
We recommend that you listen closely. Happy National Sausage Pizza Day. Christian, do you think that sausage belongs on pizza? Because
I think anything belongs on pizza as
Yeah.
long as if it's edible
So,
and if it tastes good. As long as if you like it and it tastes good and it's not too bad for you, then
yeah, that's fair.
why not?
Sausage is pretty good, though. All right, let's see. General Pulowski Memory Day. So we kind of looked this up a bit beforehand,
Right.
before we started recording this. But I'm just going to go back to that page.
We're using the National Day calendar.
We are using the National Day calendar. So, Christian, you want to read up? You can probably see that screen better than
Yeah,
I
it's
can.
kind of long, but the gist is today is the Memorial Day on October 11th that honors a Polish hero of the American Revolution. Ooh.
Dang.
The day is set aside in the United States to recognize, I'm not gonna, Casimir Pulaski?
Holy moly.
Is that how you say it? How would you say it?
I can't read it from here. That's
That
why.
guy, a Polish immigrant, over 2 centuries ago, he joined the Continental Army
Oh, okay.
and soon rose in the ranks to, dang, why are these words so weird? Brigadier.
Oh, my.
All
what?
right. Hey,
Hey, you know what? But in order to celebrate General Pulowski Day, just read more about him. Remember him, I
visit
guess.
a museum. He
It
must
is.
have done something.
His museum. Let's see. And finally, Pastor Appreciation Day.
Yep.
So if you go to a church and you have a pastor, just shake their hand, show that you appreciate them, say that, you appreciate the work that they do for you and
Important
everyone
job.
else. Definitely an important figure
Right.
in society.
yeah.
So definitely shows them some appreciation. Although it should be noted that Pastor Appreciation Day is not necessarily every October 11th. It is just the second Sunday in October. So whenever that day
I
falls,
want to get down to the
there you go.
specifics. Nice.
All right. So with that out of the way, because that's going to be a regular occurrence, I think.
Right.
National days.
Yeah, we'll always have those.
Yeah. We need to talk about, because this is the first installment of the podcast.
Correct.
What is this podcast? Who is it for? Do you want to sort of give your thoughts on that first?
Yeah.
Or
So
let's just jump into it.
This, if I don't know, I think that people will by then hopefully will know that we have 2 other joint
Yes.
channels. If
Yeah.
you don't recognize this before, it was just Adrian Kaswani channel, then me with Senioritis. But now we've always been in the works of having a joint channel, which is 55.
A long time.
Yeah, and so this kind of just branches off of the other 2 of the main hub, which is 55, which will be later on, and a gaming one. But this is one where we just kind of focus more on the spectrum of getting to know you guys a bit more and kind of offering advice of what we've been through to people that are maybe in high school because we've been through that
Yeah.
already, or going into college because we're freshmen and what we've learned.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really, we'll be going over things on a range of like lessons that we've learned or that we'll figure out based on what you guys want to know, and just getting to know more of what helps you guys. And it's really more of an interactive thing and asking the big questions for just passing time. So yeah, we're excited to start that. And
Yeah,
it'll be
and
fun.
if you're wondering about the name, The Art of Awesomeness, probably if you're interested in history at all, if you're interested in literature, you've most likely heard of literatures like The Art of War, or that one, I don't know if you've seen that website, The Art of Manliness. It's really funny.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good one.
It's essentially the art of something. And awesomeness can be, as you see on the description page of our YouTube channel, awesomeness can be a whole host of things, and it appears in a multitude of ways. So we're just going to essentially talk about things that we see as important and timeless truths, timeless topics that can help anyone really from any age or any situation in whatever challenges they may face. And part of being awesome as we see it, a great deal comes from not only running away from challenges, but actually facing them head on.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and help you to become a better version of yourself through our knowledge, through what we know, through ancient texts, through more specifically in many scenarios, the Bible right here that you see us both carrying. And yeah, that's
Nice.
essentially what it's about. It's focusing on anyone who's willing to listen. So
It's, yeah, if you guys because this is just the first one, but we really want to get to a point where we interact with you guys and we ask
on a regular basis.
Questions that maybe you think you want to answer regarding like our faith, or maybe just something else in general that's not as vast, like something,
or even our passions like filmmaking. If you have any questions about how to set up lights like this or camera angles, just things like that, because we've experimented a lot with that over the past few years, trying to get to a good place where we can actually record and set up in an aesthetic way.
So we kind of want to make sure you get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, pretty much
on these sessions. So we're excited to be here.
And I know, so this is our first podcast episode, so we don't have any questions right now from anyone to answer or to go over. However, we encourage all of you, anyone who's listening, in the comment section of our videos. We're also going to have our Instagram handles in the description of this video. So send us questions there. Message us or email us. Our email is also going to be in the description, as well as on our website, which we'll talk about a bit later. Mm-hmm. And just send in any question that you have, any question at all. We'll do our best to answer it to the best of our ability, based, of course, on our experiences, on biblical principles, and just overall truths that we think can be beneficial to a person in any challenge. So don't be afraid to send us questions.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah, definitely. So is there anything else that we should go over before we kind of jump into other topics?
Regarding...
just kind of the overall sphere of what this podcast encompasses.
I think we nailed it pretty much.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that was pretty solid for our first try.
Yeah, solid. This is our first take, by the way.
Yeah.
We did like a mock podcast yesterday where we were trying to... That was something. That was
interesting.
That was interesting.
We might, depending on circumstances, guys might.
We may or may not upload that one too. But that was You should have seen the opening to that video. It was like so.
We're a lot more formal now. For men.
Okay. So moving on from that, I really wanted to talk about the month of October, because this is coming out this month, and we have what I consider the best 3 months of the year, which is October, November, and December. Mm-hmm. And what content people might be seeing from us in these next few months. Obviously, I had an Adrian Kaswani YouTube channel, which I uploaded on kind of periodically throughout high school. You had your senioritis channel.
Right.
For reasons that's a bit lengthy, I cannot upload on my channel anymore. In short, my school account was linked to that YouTube account. So when we left our school, they kind of cut ties with our Gmails, emails, drives.
But you're starting over now.
So I am starting over with the new Adrian Kaswani channel. I haven't uploaded on it yet. But Christian, I know that you started with senioritis, but you're kind of branching out to your own Christian Cato channel now. Do you want to kind of talk about what that's about?
Yeah.
Or just
so
give them an idea.
Whoever knows, I apologize if I made an expectation. Thanksgiving video and the recap video. It's kind of the same thing. I made the video. I actually have the video, and I was actually done with it. Like only a week or so after we graduated, quote unquote. If you can't see what I'm doing on camera,
he's doing air quotes. Yeah.
But it was just a mix of me, because I haven't posted in a while, and it was like really a self-doubt thing. Like, why? Because it tied in with Instagram too. Because part of my system was letting people know this is what's happening, but it was kind of a fear factor thing. Like, why would they care about what I have to listen or make a video about after this long? And then just
the interest would have gone down or something. Yeah.
And then I think we all just went through the motions too with coronavirus and being distant, and
we had to adjust.
Things,
hard. Yeah.
So it's been a while, but I'm getting back into it now, and I think I just had to reshift my priorities, where I was, for a point in some time, I was solely focused on what other people thought. And I do care what you guys think regarding how I can make them better, but for a time that was just centrally everything I was doing, and I was stressful editing them. So I'm shifting to a point where I'm going to try to make it more personal in some ways, which you guys will find out sooner. And just really having the right focus towards it. And my Christian Cato channel I'm thinking of uploading a video on senioritis, and just shifting to another channel where I can kind of practice new elements. Or if I do come back, I'll be a lot better and in a new mindset than I was originally. And if you were wondering like what's going to be on there, maybe something with music. I've been working on a lot of original songs with some friends of mine. Just maybe if you want to learn something from that, or
he's good at guitar, guys. He's really good at guitar.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm really dabbling with it a little bit more, but that's essentially what's going to happen. So stay tuned.
And do you have like a schedule for that? Like, do you know like a general time frame? Obviously not specific yet, but do you kind of have a general release date of when people can expect to kind of get that new content from you? Is that happening soon, or? So
originally when I was uploading regularly on Senioritis, it was at least 2 videos a month.
Right, I remember.
And breaking into this because we started college now.
Yeah,
I think
we'll get into that.
It took a while. I was thinking I at least want to get the hang of like a feel for the schedule and areas where I can take some chances and where I can shift my workload a little bit more so it goes into some personal hobbies like filmmaking. But I'm gonna get it to a point where at least after right now 2 videos a month, and then after that I'm hoping every other weekend.
Once you get in the better schedule sort of thing.
It'll get better.
It'll be better. Cool. Nice. Dude, college
is fun. How's college, Adrian?
College is, for those of you in high school, I think we should address kind of those in high school because we just came out of it. I feel like the teachers in primary school and high school, they really hype up college to be like this beast that is almost impossible to be overcome. It's really not all that too dissimilar from high school if you really break it down.
I guess
you know what I mean. It's a different sort of system in the sense you might prioritize certain things over other things. You have more freedom to make your own schedules and so forth. So in that way, it does provide a bit more responsibility on your part because you're the one making the schedule, so you have to remain accountable. But apart from that, it's really not too dissimilar as far as my experience has been going.
Well, I think also because
even
if you're not going to a 4-year or you're doing community, coronavirus, it really did influence a lot because you're not really getting the full...
It wrecked everything. It just...
experience, like whether if it's on campus, even if you're doing community, just heading over there and being in class and, getting to know other students. So it's really... I think it... In that sense, it hasn't really been fully... We haven't really been, even towards the end of our high school senior year and heading into college, it's just put like a little pin or a little
dent in it.
Little dent in our plans. And then I think when we do come back to going back on campus again and doing these things, when things start to cool down a bit more, we'll have a greater appreciation for those things.
Definitely. I think that what's going to hit specifically the class of 2020 the hardest is an appreciation for those kind of special moments that life provides, because there are certain milestones right throughout life that you experience, and one of those was certainly going to be graduation for a lot of people in 2020. And it's almost, you get this in your mind that you're guaranteed that, and you don't realize that nothing really in life is truly guaranteed. And you really have to appreciate things as they come along, because you don't know. I mean, no one thought that they were going to miss graduation or these big events, right? No one thought
really
that.
Unpredictable.
So I think that it might actually be beneficial for the class of 2020, because it might give them a better understanding of appreciation as they go out into the real world. Because I haven't taken as much for granted in college as I have perhaps in high school or in 8th grade. So I think it's going to be beneficial.
It's definitely a good thing. I mean, it's something, and the best part about this, in a way, a good thing about that's come out of this is that it's not one set country or area that's going through this. We're all going through it, so we
the
kind
whole
of
world
can. I think in a way we've kind of harvested something that wasn't there before, in the sense people reach out to others more, and because this is something we're all going through in a world where we always like to compare differences, this is something that we all can find equal level on. And I think
you can relate to anybody pretty much.
So I think, it sucks, but
It does.
but I mean,
The brutal honesty comes out.
if you look at it, I mean, if you just take some time to breathe and like look back, like there's some good out of it if you choose to see it like
There
that.
is definitely good out of it, and I think one of the best pieces of that is that it allowed everyone to almost slow down, because what coronavirus is, it put everyone at an immediate halt. Everyone had to reevaluate, everyone had to kind of reorganize and figure themselves out again. So I think that when you get that reset, it almost gives you a chance to go into things with a better mentality and a better mindset, for across the board, right? Like everyone had that opportunity at the beginning of Corona to say, okay, how am I going to respond to this?
Mm-hmm.
And then depending on how you responded to Corona, that can show you a lot of your own character and where you can, change and build character.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that happened to everybody.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably one of the greatest potential goods that came out of Corona so far, but
yeah. Oh yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
dude, college. 'Cause like how you were going, so I wasn't going too far from college. I know that I was going to stay relatively local.
Mm-hmm.
You, on the other hand, like another state, bro. You went to Las Vegas, like, and you were going there. You were about to go there, huh?
Yeah, I was so originally.
I still think that's crazy, Las Vegas. Like that gives a whole new meaning to that Vegas baby video you made on Senioritis.
Yeah,
that was like foreshadowing for real.
Honestly, I'd never even consider. I would have never considered that college. The reason why it came up into play was, what Adrian's talking about this video. I documented a trip where we went with me, my mom, my cousin, Allie, and her mom, my Tita Beth, or that means aunt in Tagalog, I think. And for my Filipino listeners out there,
we're gonna have to explain, like, whenever we use like foreign language, we're gonna be like,
we'll put that in. So we took a trip, and originally was to tour the UNLV campus and other campuses. I think there's some other
you saw
colleges
multiple,
out there.
right? It wasn't just UNLV.
Yeah, well, we were supposed to.
Oh, okay.
But I think we were supposed to, but we ended up just seeing one.
Oh, okay.
Because that's like the main one. So.
And was it UNLV?
Yeah.
Was the one that you saw?
Yeah,
okay.
we toured that.
Okay.
So we went there with my cousin, my mom, my aunt, and my cousin. We went there, and I thought it was just awesome. And what really caught my interest was the fact that no matter what pathway I chose, like video or going to psych or teaching, they had something that could help with either one, and resources to help you figure out which pathway you wanted to go on. But it came up into play when my mom's friend, she lives in Nevada, and I'm friends with her kids.
You do have family out there, huh?
We have family
friends.
Yeah, so she was telling us, oh yeah, if you ever come out here, you should go to UNLV. And I'm like, oh, is that a college here? And then, so that's how it came into play.
Is that a college here? Says the enrolled student.
Yeah, that was before any of this. And I was supposed to go. I applied to go to Santa Barbara, and I was going to stay with my grandparents.
Yeah.
And plus, it wasn't too far. It's like a 5-hour drive between here and.
Yeah, if you would have bet money, I would have put my bets on Santa Barbara. I would have never thought. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's. But the weird thing is, I never heard from them either way.
Did they not?
No.
Oh, they didn't reach out to you.
No, they didn't send a letter or anything. But it was that good. Yeah,
it's still recording. If you're wondering what we're doing, we're checking.
Yeah, we're checking. I think we have like a few more seconds on that one though. Right?
Oh yeah, we caught it right in time. It's counting down 13, 12.
All right,
11.
we're gonna take an intermission.
We are gonna take an intermission. We have a short video for you for the
Enjoy
intermission.
it.
Enjoy it. We'll be right back.
Right.
we're back.
We're back.
I hope that you enjoyed that intermission.
The intermission.
Christian saw it for the first time.
Oh,
today.
the
seal one.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's.
I love that
hope
video
you guys,
so much.
It's gonna be like that. Or if you guys have anything like that, and
if you want to send us a video for intermission, we will gladly put
we'll
it there.
Credit you saying this is from that, so you can hype it up for your friends.
Oh, that's gonna be so good! I can't wait for that.
Yeah. So we're excited. Awesome.
All right.
They're gonna wonder how you found that video.
They are gonna wonder how you
we'll
found that.
We'll respond to that later in the comments or something.
No, we won't. If you ask, we won't answer. ... That's on the dark web, my friends.
All right. Adrian.
Okay. College.
Yeah, we're talking about college. So you asked me about my experience. I wanted to ask you, kind of for your more personal answer. We started roughly around the same time, right?
We did.
Like
yeah,
4
same
weeks
month.
ago.
Yeah.
Like a month ago. Right?
You started in August too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was the same day we
August
started.
24th. Oh yeah, no, it was.
We
I
started on
remember
the same
texting
day.
you. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you've already had some of the experience going into it.
Yeah.
Thoughts.
Quizzes.
Yeah, quiz. What are your thoughts on it, and what did you learn? Some things you want to share.
Okay, so
going
for
into
me,
and advice or anything.
For me personally, going into it, it was a fairly easy transition because both of the schools were online, and the school we went to, the high school we went to, was very online friendly. I mean, we all had Chromebooks, and that was just sort of part of the flow.
Yeah.
This school that I go to uses Canvas, which is exactly what we used at high school. So all the like little mechanics it wasn't a huge jump, to learn all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the number one thing I can give as far as advice goes to people going into college, or really just going into a high school, a new school, getting into a new experience, is you have to treat it the way I've approached college, right, is as a game, right? Every single morning I wake up and I say, you're just playing the game, right? It's a game, you just have to play it. So whenever I'm working on a college assignment and it's stressing me out just a bit, the moment I start getting that little voice in my head saying, procrastinate, or like just not today, we can hold that off. I just think, okay, well, you're not playing the game very good today. You got to be on top of things. And when you think of it that way, as college simply being a game with a goal, with an achievement at the end, which is this degree that's going to help you to become more proficient in whatever career path you choose.
Big picture.
Yeah. When you start thinking about it big picture wise, you start to see how it can benefit you more so than you might in high school. Because in high school you're very narrow minded. In high school is your whole life. Right? You can't see beyond the campus walls. You're very closed in this little bubble of yours.
Right.
The moment you go to college, you're just exposed to all of this new material. You're like, anymore. What do I do with this, right?
Yeah.
And the best way I've been able to compartmentalize that stimulus is just to treat it like a game, just to treat it like I'm a player, and to kind of figure out, okay, what's going to be the best play for today, right? That rhymes, so it's true.
Right.
So when you're studying for a quiz, or you're studying for a test, or you're writing a paper, because there's a lot of papers that you have to
already.
Oh man. You have to really treat it like these professors are just these little mini bosses, right? That you're facing in a game, and you're just keep beating them until you get to the end. So if you look at it that way, that mentality has really been beneficial to me so far. And I've already been in college for a few months now, and it's only been assisting me. It hasn't been detrimental.
That's
at all.
good. Yeah, because it's different for everyone, right? Figuring out what works. That's a big part of it, is experimenting to see what works.
Exactly.
Study wise, what classes you need to not pay more attention, but focus more energy on. Mm-hmm. So it's just experiment.
Yeah, just make sure that you're not. Make sure that when you approach, especially college, right, you don't let that first day intimidate you, right? Because there's that classic movie, like student standing in front of like the big school, or like Mike Wazowski going to Monsters
University.
That image of them just like looking at this behemoth of education. You can't really. It's easier to do online, in my experience, because it's just you don't have that physical campus to like kind of impose on you, right? It's just on your screen. So like if you're like, oh, too much, just turn off the computer. You're good. You don't have to stay in the classroom any longer than you like. So, I mean, personally, I think this college experience has been pretty beneficial. I think if you treat it as, if you don't give it this big beast of a persona and you just treat it like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just school, and you treat it kind of nonchalantly, you should be fine.
Like making an elephant out of fly, right? An
Exactly.
elephant out of a fly.
Yeah, you should be fine if you approach it sort of with that nonchalant mentality. But apart from college, I know that obviously we wanted to start this podcast in September, but some situations prevented that from happening. But now that it's October, we're kind of in, I know me and you kind of share our favorite months roughly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we were just watching it, the Thursday the 31st video on your
The
Halloween
one?
The Halloween video is one of my favorites on your channel. And I was thinking, should we do any of those like big holiday specials this year on the 55?
I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool if Nicholas Gordon or Lucas Martin.
Oh, those two guys are.
You guys are listening now. Scooby.
If you guys are hearing, you guys are legends. Okay.
Scooby Gang for life.
Scooby Gang for
That's
life. No one will understand. No one will understand.
No
but
one. But I think it would be cool. We love if you guys are listening. I think we'd love to do something with you guys on that. I know we're talking about
we were talking about guests. So on this podcast.
Yeah.
So we don't have all the equipment now. It was hard enough to get these two mics and like to get all the. You have no idea, but the moment we're able to get another recording implement for another person, which should actually be sitting right over there.
Over
I know
there
you
in that
can't
corner.
see, but we have a corner right
You'll
there where
see
they
it
would
when
sit.
time comes.
And for any of those people that we just mentioned, this is a shout out to Nick Gordon, Lucas Martin. Eventually, we'd love to have you guys on the podcast, as well as any of our other friends.
Yeah, just reach out to us.
Is there anyone in particular you want to reach out to who may or may not wear a red hoodie and goes to another school and trades? Smith, Marcel.
We'll contact him.
We'll contact him.
If you guys know a guy named Marcel Smith, we went to middle school with him. He was just a legend.
He still is a legend, except he doesn't like to respond to our calls.
Well, it's been a while, but
That's an overstatement.
It will be nice to see him again. So
yeah, it would. So if you want to reach out to us, any of our other friends who we knew throughout high school, I know that a lot of you were kind of following each other on Instagram. It's kind of a network. So if any of you guys want to reach out to us, if you want, if you feel still a bit uncomfortable about showing up in person, we would love to just record a Zoom possible
We could
podcast.
could talk about how to do that, but that's possible.
Yeah, it is possible. So we're just throwing things in the air right now. We obviously don't know exactly how we're going to go through these things out. We'll figure it out. Okay.
Like no context.
No context. They don't need to know that. But yeah, if you want to reach out to us, by all means, send us comments so we can discuss them on this podcast. And if you're interested in actually showing up on the podcast, let us know.
That'd be great too.
That would be great too. I guess this has been, how long have we been recording? Do you know?
20 minutes on that.
Okay.
Intermission.
Let me see.
How much time?
I think it's been like 30 something minutes.
30 minutes?
Maybe.
Okay. This is our first one, so...
The other ones might be a bit longer, but we're just trying to keep this one a bit short and concise so that we don't bore you guys to death in the first one.
We just wanted to get the idea of what you should expect and a bit of a background.
A bit of a background, yeah. We want to make sure that you kind of know what this podcast is about. We're going to be talking about a whole host of things later on. I mean, this podcast is going to cover quite a bit. But I guess to end it off, Christian, we do have at the end of every single podcast, we're going to have a verse of the day from the Bible. For those of you who do not know, we are Christians. A lot of what you hear on this podcast is going to come from a biblical perspective. So if you're interested in that, or if you're just curious about what Christians might have to say on certain topics, certain issues, certain mindsets, by all means, stick around. Hear what we have to say. Christian? What verse do you got for us today? So
the one, actually, I searched this.
Do you want me to turn there too? Because I'm curious.
Okay, so Romans.
Oh, that's a good book.
Romans 12.
You can't go wrong with Romans, dude.
Romans 12:2. This one, I saw this verse on my daily Bible verse app I saw in the morning. It's one that I've actually been thinking about for a while, and I think...
Romans 12:2?
Yeah.
12:2. Okay, I'm in 10. 12:2. Okay, got you.
All right. Do you want me to read that? Or do you
No, it's all you, man.
Okay.
You got this.
Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
That's a good one. You know, you can kind of go anywhere in the book of Romans and like pick gems like that,
Right?
can't you?
Yeah.
So, man, I guess if you want that sort of, if you're not used to the way the Bible uses language, which I know,
Just
not everyone
KJV.
is, KJV always. This one is essentially saying, well, how does it start? It says, and be not conformed to this world. And so what that's essentially saying right off the bat is that you can't define yourself based off of this world's norms, right? Because the world's norms change all the time, So in order to find consistency, in order to find what is consistently good, that's timelessly good, you really have to have the renewing of your mind, which is as the Bible says, through Christ Jesus. So we do have a website.
Oh yeah,
that
we're gonna mention that.
We should mention right before we end here. The website, you're gonna find a whole host of information. It's gonna be published very soon, and we're gonna. It should be published hopefully by the time this podcast comes out.
Oh, what quick note? Because I don't think the other one's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Just shout out on this again. But Adrian really did a great job with the website.
Oh, thanks, man.
Like really,
I didn't know that's what you were gonna
he
say.
He did like 90%, not like more than 90% of all of it. He's just been smashing it with like balancing work life, like academic life, and being a brother life, and
oh yeah, being a brother life is definitely a life.
And
Yeah.
so if you see it, it's great. It's nothing fancy. Hang on, rephrase that. It's nothing used to make it was nothing that you couldn't make. But
yeah, no,
he
it
put
was
a lot of
just
time
Google
in.
sites.
Yeah, he wasn't Wix or anything. Not putting those down.
You did last time, though.
Okay, well, I'm not
Okay,
gonna make that
right.
same mistake. Look, I'm just saying, Adrian, you did a great job with the website, and
Thank you.
I think you should guys. I can't wait for you guys to see it because it's really awesome. He did a lot of
I am pretty proud of the website. It shows
it's
all
awesome.
of our channels, pretty much everything that we're about. So if you're interested in any of our channels, even our friends' channels, I think we have Nicholas and Kristen.
Yeah.
So we have all of their channels on that website. We also have a Bible's Way to Heaven. If you're interested,
you'll see it's a tab on.
Yeah, it's a tab, Bible's Way to Heaven. So if you're interested in how to become a Christian or what that means to be a Christian, if that interests you at all, it's open to you. You're welcome to look at that Bible's Way to Heaven page, as well as on the homepage. I believe we also have the Bible emergency numbers. So if you're ever just needing a quick verse or like I think it's most is like a chapter.
Yeah. Of course.
Definitely check that out if you need it. And with that, I think that's going to conclude our first episode of the podcast.
I think so.
Christian.
I think that was a good one.
It's pretty good. All right.
Sweet. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah,
for the ones that did listen and watch, because it's also
this is
video,
true.
Right?
Actually, I don't even think this is like MP3 listenable yet. I think it's only on YouTube for now,
Yeah.
but it will be someday. We are going to try and get this on like Spotify.
We're still going to call it a podcast. It's a podcast.
It's got the microphone.
Come on.
It's got the headphones.
It's a
podcast. Let's
it's
be
a
real.
podcast.
It's a podcast.
Sweet.
That's how we sell it. It's a podcast.
It's a podcast.
Yeah. The dot.
You want to
Like
close
it.
it off, Ed?
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching the first episode of the Art of Awesomeness podcast. Don't forget to comment on this video if you like. Give us recommendations for what you want to see next. We're going to read all of them.
Yeah, you guys are a huge part of the show too. So
yeah, you guys are really going to influence
coming.
a lot of what we do. So reach out to us on Instagram. Reach out to us in the comments section. And yeah. See you later, mates.
We'll see you guys on what day? Sunday?
Yes, Sundays at 9 is when this podcast is going to come out. So every Sunday, expect a podcast, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
That's what it seems.
We got this.
Nice.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.